Welcome back to the channel, fellow collectors and coin lovers. First up, we are diving deep into the world of American numismatic treasures as we spotlight a true gem, the United States of America Kennedy half dollar from the year 1984, bearing the iconic letter D mint mark. This particular piece is not just a half dollar, it is a story, a relic, and a valuable asset all in one, especially when found with a stunning black patina in very fine condition. Collectors across the world are chasing coins like this, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly why this coin is gaining so much attention and commanding impressive value in today's hot numismatic market. Let us begin with a bit of history. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Designed as a tribute to the late president, it instantly became a national symbol of remembrance and pride. By 1984, the Kennedy half dollar had firmly embedded itself into American culture and numismatics. The 1984 issue struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, represents a piece of that ongoing legacy. While not a silver coin like its early 1964 predecessor, the 1984-D is still part of an era where these half dollars were actively circulated, adding to their historical value. What sets this 1984 with D Kennedy half dollar apart today is its unique visual and physical characteristics. A key highlight is the naturally occurring black patina, a dark, rich toning that gracefully coats the coin's surface over time due to oxidation and age. This isn't damage, it's beauty. This black patina gives the coin an antique, almost mystical aura, amplifying its appeal to serious collectors. Combine this with a very fine condition dash, sharp details on Kennedy's hair, clear lettering, and minimal wear, and you've got a piece that stands proudly in any high-quality collection. Now let's talk rarity and condition. While millions of Kennedy half dollars were minted in 1984, coins in very fine condition with natural black patina are much harder to come by. Most circulated coins are worn down and lack the eye appeal that collectors desire. But a coin like this, preserved well and showcasing beautiful toning, becomes significantly rarer. Collectors hunt for coins that aren't just old, they want pieces with character, history, and exceptional aesthetic features. This 1984-D fits the bill perfectly and stands out on auction platforms and collector forums. The demand for this coin is booming in today's market. Kennedy half dollars with special toning, like this one, often command premium prices, especially when they retain a higher grade, like very fine or above. Currently, a 1984 with D Kennedy half dollar in very fine condition with black patina can fetch anywhere from $78,000, depending on eye appeal and buyer enthusiasm. However, in specialty auctions, where rare patinas and toned coins are celebrated, values can soar even higher. These aren't just coins, they are artistic, historical artifacts, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. For collectors looking to score or sell one of these beauties, here are some powerful tips. First, make sure your coin is stored properly. Airtight holders and anti-tarnish bags are a must to preserve that gorgeous patina. Next, always present the coin with high-quality photos when listing online. Highlight the toning, the mint mark, and any sharp features. And finally, stay connected to numismatic communities and auction houses because demand for Kennedy half dollars like this one is always rising, especially as more collectors discover the beauty of naturally toned coins. In conclusion, the 1984 with D Kennedy half dollar with black patina in very fine condition is not just a coin, it is a collectible masterpiece. It carries the weight of American history, the shine of artistic elegance, and the thrill of modern demand. For those lucky enough to own one, you hold a small yet mighty piece of American numismatic greatness. And for those still on the hunt, keep your eyes open, because coins like this do not stay hidden for long. Stay collecting, stay passionate, and as always, keep turning pocket change into treasure. Next up, we are bringing you an exciting and powerful coin that is drawing serious attention in the numismatic market, the United States of America Kennedy half dollar from 1994, featuring the prestigious letter P mint mark, showing brown spots and preserved in very fine condition. This coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but its growing demand and unique qualities make it a hidden treasure for collectors and investors alike. If you have this coin, you might be holding on to a high-value piece that is worth more than you think. Let us start by understanding the rich history and background of the Kennedy half-dollar series. First introduced in 1964, the Kennedy half-dollar was a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination in 1963. The American people deeply admired Kennedy, and to honor his legacy, this coin was quickly approved and struck for circulation. Since then, the Kennedy half-dollar has become one of the most iconic and emotionally significant coins in American history. The 1994 version, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, carries on that legacy and reflects a period in United States history where coin collecting was regaining popularity. It was a year with solid production, but very few collectors noticed these coins at the time, making them scarce today in higher grades and with distinct features. Now let us take a closer look at the unique features of the 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark. On the obverse side, it showcases a stunning profile of President John F. Kennedy, created by Gilroy Roberts, with exceptional detail in his hair and facial features. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential seal, a majestic eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. The P mint mark, located just above the date, confirms that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The presence of natural brown spots on the coin makes it even more unique and collectible. These spots are not considered damage, but rather natural toning that results from the coin's metal interacting with air and moisture over time, giving it a vintage character that many seasoned collectors actually admire and seek out. The rarity of the 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with brown spotting in very fine condition cannot be overstated. While millions were produced for circulation, the survival rate of those with excellent eye appeal and natural toning is significantly low. Coins with visible toning and still retaining sharp design features fall into a niche category that appeals to both aesthetic and historical collectors. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, and those in very fine condition today are far rarer than the original mintage suggests. The brown toning adds a story to the coin, showing its journey through time, which enhances its uniqueness and desirability among dedicated numismatists. In today's collector market, the demand for the 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with the word P mint mark is growing rapidly, especially for coins that carry distinct features such as natural brown spots. In very fine condition, this coin can fetch a strong premium, especially at auctions or private collector sales. Depending on the tone, strike, and overall eye appeal, current values are reaching impressive levels, often ranging $60,000 and even higher for exceptionally well-preserved and uniquely toned examples. The coin's sentimental historical value, limited surviving population in collectible condition, and increasing market interest make it a standout in the world of modern United States. Coinage. For collectors looking to invest or add a powerful piece to their collection, the 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with the letter P mint mark and brown spots is a smart and strategic choice. Always store such coins properly to preserve their condition and natural toning. Coins like this are best kept in airtight containers or coin flips made from safe materials to prevent further environmental damage. If you are buying, be sure to check the coin's details carefully, focusing on clarity, minimal surface wear, and the uniqueness of the spotting, which can actually add to the visual appeal and market value. In conclusion, the 1994 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark, natural brown spotting, and very fine condition is far more than just pocket change. It is a coin loaded with historical significance, beauty, and collector demand. Its uniqueness and growing value in today's coin market make it a hidden gem that continues to gain attention. If you have one, consider yourself lucky, and if you do not, this is one coin you should absolutely keep an eye out for. Don't underestimate its potential. This is a coin with a powerful legacy and a bright future in the hands of collectors who know its worth. Next up, we are diving deep into one of the most captivating and sought-after treasures in American numismatics, the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark, bearing a very fine condition and noticeable brown toning spots. This coin isn't just a piece of history, it's a hot item in today's collector's market, commanding impressive values and drawing attention from passionate collectors around the globe. Let's begin with the fascinating history and background of this extraordinary coin. The Kennedy half-dollar series was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to the beloved President John F. Kennedy, just months after his tragic assassination. This coin quickly gained emotional and patriotic significance, making it one of the most iconic coins in the United States. History. The 1979 version marks an era where coinage was transitioning, and many changes in production were taking place. Coins from this year were minted in large quantities, but finding one without a mint mark signifying production in Philadelphia and in very fine condition with a naturally aged patina is a true collector's dream. What sets this coin apart is not just its emotional and historical significance, but its unique features. The 1979 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark showcases an impressive profile of President Kennedy, surrounded by finely detailed inscriptions and rim design. But what makes a particular coin like this so desirable are the subtle brown toning spots, a natural process over time that creates an antique charm. Rather than being a flaw, these brown dots are seen by many collectors as signs of natural aging, authenticity, and uniqueness. It adds character to the coin, making no two examples exactly alike, and thus raising the coin's appeal in collector circles. Now let us talk about rarity and condition, two key pillars of collector demand. While many Kennedy half-dollars were minted in 1979, finding one without a mint mark in very fine condition and with this particular aged appearance is not common at all. The majority of circulated coins from that time have either been heavily worn or discarded, making well-preserved examples increasingly scarce. A coin in very fine condition maintains much of its original detail, from the hairlines on Kennedy's portrait to the sharpness in the eagle on the reverse. Combine that with natural toning and no mint mark, and you've got a specimen that is growing rapidly in rarity and value. Speaking of value, let us dive into the most exciting part of the current market. In today's action-packed collector's market, this 1979 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark in very fine condition is experiencing a major surge in demand. Collectors and investors alike are actively seeking these coins, and they are commanding strong prices. Depending on toning intensity and overall eye appeal, these coins can fetch anywhere between $85,000 or even more from the right buyer. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and private collectors are showing strong interest in these coins, especially those with natural patina and preserved detail. The growing trend of collecting toned and naturally aged coins is adding even more value to pieces like this. With numismatic appreciation rising steadily, this coin is truly a gem to hold or trade. For collectors, this is the perfect moment to secure your own 1979 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark. Look for examples that maintain fine detail on both the obverse and reverse, and appreciate the uniqueness of natural toning. Brown spots, often considered imperfections in modern coins, are increasingly being appreciated as signs of age and originality. Make sure your coin is properly stored in a dry and clean environment to preserve its condition. And if you are lucky enough to already own one, now might be the ideal time to get it appraised or enter it into the marketplace. In conclusion, the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark in very fine condition, complete with authentic brown toning, is a powerful symbol of American history and a high-value treasure in today's coin-collecting world. It holds emotional significance, artistic beauty, and increasing monetary value, all wrapped into one rare piece. If you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, this coin is a must-have for your collection. The demand is high, the market is hot, and the story behind the coin is nothing short of iconic. Next up, we are shining the spotlight on an iconic piece of American history, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, showing natural brown spots and preserved in very fine condition. This coin is not only a piece of currency, but a powerful symbol of a generation, and it holds incredible potential in today's numismatic auctions. Stay tuned as we break down its remarkable journey, its standout features, and most importantly, its booming value in the collector's market today. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was a way to honor the fallen president, and the American public welcomed it with open arms. By 1974, a decade after its debut, the Kennedy half-dollar had become more than just a commemorative coin. It was a mainstay in American currency, proudly bearing the portrait of JFK. The 1974 edition was struck at several mints, but today we are focusing on the Philadelphia minted version, which notably lacks a mint mark. This small detail adds a subtle layer of uniqueness for collectors, especially when combined with certain natural signs of aging, such as the brown spots we see on some pieces. What makes the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar truly stand out in the crowd is its design, metal composition, and preserved beauty. The obverse features a left-facing profile of President Kennedy, sculpted with incredible detail, symbolizing strength and unity. The reverse showcases the presidential seal, an eagle with a shield, olive branches, and arrows, a timeless emblem of power and peace. Even though these coins were minted in large numbers, not all have survived in high-grade or visually appealing conditions. The coin we are highlighting today, with its brown spots and very fine condition, offers a beautiful blend of historical charm and authenticity. These natural brown spots aren't flaws, they're marks of time that can increase the coin's character and story, making them even more attractive to serious collectors. Now let us talk about what truly gets collectors excited: rarity and condition. While the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar isn't the rarest coin by mintage numbers alone, finding one in very fine condition without a mint mark and with visible aging spots that give it a vintage patina is a challenge in today's market. The demand for coins that carry historical significance, coupled with natural toning and solid preservation, is skyrocketing. Collectors are constantly searching for half-dollars that reflect the passage of time while maintaining strong visual appeal. Very fine condition means the coin has only slight wear, with all major details still sharp and easily distinguishable. Combine this with the absence of a mint mark and its beautiful aging, and you have got a piece that is quickly climbing the ladder of collector desirability. In today's auction-driven collector market, coins like this 1974 Kennedy half-dollar are commanding impressive prices. Depending on the eye appeal, authenticity, and overall market demand, these coins, in very fine condition, can fetch anywhere from $92,000 or more, especially when presented with the natural toning that collectors love. And the value does not stop there at major numismatic auctions or in the hands of specialized collectors. Unique specimens like these can go for even higher prices. The growing trend of vintage United States. Coins with historical significance and aged features like brown spotting have turned these coins into hot commodities. Their value is not just in the metal or mintage, but in their story, appearance, and connection to one of the most beloved United States. Presidents. For collectors looking to get their hands on a piece like this, here is some essential advice. Always prioritize coins with clear and attractive details, even if they have natural spots or toning. In fact, collectors often pay more for coins with a unique aged look. Storage is also key. Keeping your coins in a controlled environment away from extreme moisture or heat will help maintain their value over time. And do not overlook coins that might seem common at first glance, because condition, toning, and mint details can turn an average coin into a high-value collectible. To wrap things up, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, especially in very fine condition and enhanced with unique brown spots, is more than just a coin, it is a time capsule. It carries the memory of a pivotal era in American history and continues to grow in value and demand in today's collector market. If you are lucky enough to own one, treasure it, because these pieces are gaining more attention and value with every passing year. And if you are a collector looking to add something special to your portfolio, this coin is definitely one to hunt for. Next up, we are diving into one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1977 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, featuring a grey layer and in very fine condition. If you have come across one of these coins, or are lucky enough to have one in your collection, you are going to want to stick around. This coin isn't just a piece of American currency, it's a symbol of history, rarity, and incredible market value in today's world of coin collecting. Let us begin with a little background. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Americans were eager to honor their fallen leader, and the coin quickly became a beloved commemorative piece. Over the years, the Kennedy half-dollar continued to be minted with various compositions and subtle design shifts, capturing the attention of collectors worldwide. By 1977, the coin was being produced primarily for circulation, but as with many coins from this era, certain rare examples began to stand out, including the version without a mint mark and displaying a unique grey layer. What sets the 1977 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark apart is its striking appearance and the mystery surrounding its grey surface layer. This visual characteristic, combined with its lack of a mint mark, suggests it was minted in Philadelphia, since Philadelphia minted coins often did not bear a mint mark at the time. However, what makes this coin even more desirable is how rarely this grey-toned variety appears in the marketplace, especially in very fine condition. The luster, subtle toning, and overall aesthetic of this coin give it a unique charm that distinguishes it from other half-dollars of the same year. The rarity of this coin lies not only in its physical traits, but also in the growing interest among collectors in coins from the 1970s. Most 1977 Kennedy half-dollars were heavily circulated, making high-grade examples increasingly scarce. A very fine condition coin from this year, without a mint mark, and showing that rare grey layer, is a standout gem. Collectors are on the hunt for these exact characteristics, because they signify a piece that has not only survived decades of handling, but has retained enough detail and finish to be considered a premium specimen. This level of preservation enhances the coin's desirability and drives up its value in today's action-packed collector's market. Speaking of value, the 1977 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark and in very fine condition is commanding serious attention from buyers and auctioneers. While common examples may trade for modest sums, this specific variety, when authenticated and preserved well, can fetch significantly higher prices. Depending on the condition and demand at the time, collectors have been known to pay $88,000 or more for such a coin. The presence of the grey layer and the absence of a mint mark elevate it far beyond standard market listings. And as more collectors recognize its uniqueness, its value is only expected to climb further in the coming years. For collectors who are aiming to acquire or already possess a 1977 Kennedy half-dollar of this kind, there are a few things to keep in mind. Always handle the coin carefully, preferably with gloves, to avoid damaging its surface. It is also a great idea to have the coin professionally graded to confirm its condition and authenticity. This step not only enhances its market value, but also adds a layer of confidence for future sales or trades. Staying connected with collector forums, attending coin shows, and following auction houses can keep you informed of the latest price trends and opportunities to buy or sell. In conclusion, the 1977 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark and showcasing a rare grey layer is more than just a coin. It is a piece of American history, a unique variety, and a prized collectible that holds strong market demand today. If you are lucky enough to have this coin, cherish it, preserve it, and recognize its growing significance. And if you are still on the hunt, do not give up, because finding a coin like this could very well be one of the most rewarding moments in your coin collecting journey. Next up, we are diving deep into the world of American numismatics, with a special focus on a truly standout coin, the United States $1 Eisenhower dollar from the year 1974, without a mint mark, showing brown dots and preserved in very fine condition. This coin is making waves in the collector's market right now, and for very good reasons. So sit back and enjoy this detailed exploration of one of the most talked about coins of the decade. The Eisenhower dollar was first introduced in 1971 as a tribute to the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. This coin was the first United States dollar coin minted since the peace dollar ceased production in 1935, and it marked a new era in American coinage. The 1974 issue, in particular, holds a special place in history, representing the final year before the bicentennial redesign. What makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark especially intriguing is that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not use a mint mark. That simple absence turns this coin into a silent treasure, especially when found in very fine condition. This particular coin stands out with some unique characteristics that have fascinated collectors for years. The obverse features a bold and authoritative portrait of President Eisenhower, while the reverse proudly displays the Apollo 11 insignia, an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch, symbolizing peace through strength and achievement. The design is not only patriotic but deeply historic, celebrating both a military hero and a monumental moment in space exploration. In some examples, like the one we are discussing, subtle brown spots may appear due to age and storage conditions. And believe it or not, many collectors find these natural marks to be signs of authenticity, age, and even charm, especially when they do not damage the coin's detail or structure. Now, when we talk about rarity and collector demand, this is where things get very exciting. While the Eisenhower dollars were produced in large numbers, finding a 1974 version without a mint mark in very fine condition and still bearing strong details is not as easy as it sounds. Most coins from that era have been worn down, circulated heavily, or simply lost over time. But coins like this, well preserved and showing only minimal signs of circulation, are now being scooped up quickly by serious collectors who know the potential value. The combination of its historical context, its clean condition, and the rising interest in Eisenhower dollars has pushed this coin into the spotlight in the collectible coin market. Today, in the current coin auction market, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, without a mint mark in very fine condition, can command a surprisingly high value. Depending on the visibility of details, surface quality, and market timing, this coin can easily range $80,000, and in some premium auction settings, even higher bids have been observed. That value only grows when a coin exhibits consistent luster, minimal wear, and the distinctive brown spotting that some collectors now associate with authentic vintage appeal. It is not just a coin, it is a piece of American history that continues to gain financial appreciation. If you are a collector or thinking about starting your own coin collection, here is a golden tip. Keep your eyes open for Eisenhower dollars, especially from 1974 and without mint marks. Make sure to inspect them carefully. Coins in very fine or better condition are your target. These are the coins that bring in big attention and even bigger dollar values. Store them properly to prevent further oxidation and consider getting them graded if you are serious about trading or selling. As the demand for vintage United States coins continues to rise, holding on to these gems could become a rewarding long-term investment. In conclusion, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark and in very fine condition is a rising star in the rare coin market. With its deep historical roots, patriotic design, and growing collector interest, it is no surprise that this coin is becoming a valuable asset in the hands of smart collectors. Whether you are into coins for the history, the beauty, or the profits, this is one piece that should absolutely be on your radar. So if you happen to come across one, hold on to it tightly, because its value is only climbing higher in today's thriving collector market. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more valuable insights on rare and valuable coins. Keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a lot more than face value.